This is a Cornelius keg, made for strong carbonated liquids under pressure. It has a removable lid with a pressure valve for safety, an in and out post for gassing and serving, a dip tube that goes all the way to the bottom. Capable of up to 130 psi, it's a very strong receptacle. Hi, I'm Pierre from Simply Homebrew with Pierre. I'm about to do an experimental brew. I want to try and make a stout. I have a extract that I've had for a little while. It's just been sitting around, so I thought I'll get some grains. Buy some grains. I've got some chocolate stuff, chocolate malt, caramel malt, and caramel. These are going in my brews. So I'm going to need at least 300 grams of the chocolate malt grains, 150 of the caramel malt, and 150 of the caramel. I already have water on the boil. I've got about 13 litres going on. I want to make 23 litres, the usual sort of amount, which is American 6 gallons. So that will go up to about 65 degrees Celsius, and then I'll put my bag with my grains in it, in there to steep for, I'll go for an hour. We'll see how it goes, eh? Now, the kit that this came with called for 300 grams of caramel malt and carapils blended, so 150 ml or 150 grams of caramel. Hang on. Yeah, 150 grams of caramel malt and 150 grams of carapils. So I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to add another 300 grams of chocolate malt, which will give it that real dark flavour. Hopefully a lot more flavour come through. It should taste good. So I'm going to start measuring and see how we go. Okay, so we do our measurements. Turn on our scales. I want to get 300 grams of this chocolate malt. There's 200. 300 will do. Okay. Geez, it does smell like chocolate. So now I'll zero that and put 150 of caramel malt. I can tell you what, it's going to be very, very strong in flavour. 150. So we're nearly there. Oh, gee, that's a different flavour and smell altogether. Wonderful smell. So 150. And 150 of this, I'll just bring it to 300. It'll make it right. And I'm going to steep this in 65 degrees Celsius of hot water. 100 all up, 600 grams of wheat. Put it into my steeping bag, just like that. Now I've done this before, I made an absolute mess, and this time I'm not going to do that. Sit that in there for now so I don't lose too much. Alright, now for the heat check on the hot water. I'll bring you over here. This is my hot water. I think it's already too hot, so I might have to add cold water to it. So I've waited too long. Okay, let me see. Probably should turn the flame off actually. Yeah, I think it's a little too hot. They say from 65 to 75 degrees Celsius, but I might have to add just a little bit of water to cool that back down again. No, it's not too bad. I might be able to get away with that, I think. By the time I put the grains in, that'll be it'll be ample. So I'll grab my grains. Like I said, this is experimental. I'm doing something that hasn't been on the menu at all. I'm just making it up, and there are some hops going in as well. So I'll have to tie my bag. Make sure that I don't lose anything. I tie it like that so I can actually grab it later in a little loop. Just easy to get out of the pot later, and it leaves a lot of area for the grains to move around when they start to steep. So I'll whack that little thing. I whack that into my pot, just like this, straight in. Move it around a little bit to get the grains through it. Look at the colour's already coming out of it, and that's only been 5 seconds. Look at that. Wonderful. So now I'm going to leave that for about an hour, just to steep inside the bag, so it creates a nice sugary taste and flavour. Come back to it and start boiling it and put the extract in. Yeah. Now I'm going to start the timer, 1 hour from this one. So I've got my bag here, grab it out. I can tell you what, this really smells like chocolate and coffee. It's quite a beautiful scent and smell. As you can see how dark it is now. You know, some people say don't squeeze the bag because it pushes the bitterness into the brew, which I won't do in this one because it's already going to be a fair bit bitter from the grains anyway. So we'll see how we go with that. Yeah, basically I'll leave that for a little bit, let it drip, give some time. Empty that into my garden or my compost heap, which really works well, and we'll go from there. While this is dripping and draining, I'm going to just heat up my bag of extract just to make it a bit softer, so it will pour out a bit easier. I thought I wish I did that before, but that's too late now. Just whack it in there, let it go from there. It'll heat up as it goes, won't take too long anyway. Alright, I get this flame up and running. I've just whacked the flame on. My bag's pretty much drained. I'll just whack that into my little grain jug. So I don't make a mess. Put that over there for the garden later. We'll be right from here on in. Alright, just as a quick heads up, I'm putting a bit of Brew Enhancer in there as well. Brew Enhancer number 15, which is Mangrove Jacks. That's all I can get hold of. I'm going to whack it in, turn the flame off again. All it is just extra sugars, some other things to give it a better mouthfeel when you drink it. And the sugar just to spice it up a little, or bring it up a little bit to allow it to have just a little bit more alcohol in it. You can see it bubble up every now and again. There you go. My stove isn't hot enough to get it to boil vigorously. It boils about that, and that's about it. I'm yet to get a burner, something that's much more vigorous. That's my next step. Now I'm going to measure out some bittering hops. I don't need a lot. This extract I put in has a fair bit of bittering already in it. So I'll just get some bittering hops. I put about 15 grams. I measure about 15 grams in a jug just to make sure that I get, yep, it smells nice. Always smell it because some of it smells bad. If it's bad, your brew's gonna be bad. These are your Hercules hops. Well, that's 15 grams of Hercules hops for bittering. I've got my bittering hops ready to go. A few more seconds of bubbles, it's nearly getting there. Gotta keep my eye on it. Just make sure it doesn't bubble over and give me a headache. Pretty deep pot anyway, so it should be fine. Okay, that's bubbling enough for me. It's got a few bubbles there. It's saying it's boiled. It's over 100 degrees, so it'll do. Chuck my hops in, grab a spoon, quick stir. This will hopefully give it a bit of flavour because it was pretty sweet, to tell you the truth. It's probably not going to be as sweet when it's finished brewing, but yeah, smell those hops are beautiful.
1 hour to go.
I'm going to show you something. I made a peach beer, I suppose. I got a bunch of peaches off my tree, a bucket of 10 litres, mashed them all up, took the pits out, boiled them, mixed it with a bit of brew enhancer, and made a peach brew. I'm hoping it tastes good. It's been about 3 weeks now. Smells alright, smells almost like apple cider. Let's see what it tastes like. I'll pour it. Not much carbonation. Wasn't expecting much anyway. There wasn't a lot of sugars left in it when I put the drops in. A little bit of carbonation, looks alright. Here it is. Bit of ice on there, sorry, I took the glass. I like my glass in the fridge. Very cloudy because I didn't do anything. This pretty much organic. It's not sweet. It's kind of like almost a peach wine. Yeah, it's got a bit of a tang to it, alright. I mean, you can taste the peach, but it's more like wine. I could almost call it a peach wine. It's not sweet, just like wine. Drinkable. Probably not something you share with mates that don't like wine. But I can tell you, you can't taste any tannin, but you can taste it's almost like white wine. It's really not bad in that aspect. So it's got a little bit of flavour. A bit of tang to it, like wine does. But I could probably drink it on my own, but I don't know anybody who would actually really like it. There's not a great deal of flavour in that. Disappointed, I have to say. When I tasted it before it went in, it was really quite nice. You probably shouldn't have fermented it. It would have been nice as just a juice. But anyway, that's all I can say. We'll try again next time, huh? So with the grains I have, I'll just squeeze out the excess air. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll seal out some of the air so that you get less bacteria or less, the freshness stays in it anyway. Keeps it nice, and then you don't have to worry about it. See, all vacuum sealed. No doubt I'll make another stout out of this. It'll be good, I reckon. We'll see how this one goes and see if I can change the recipe for myself. It's experimental, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I reckon it's going to come out nice. I like strong stouts anyway, I like strong coffee. So this is probably going to make it the way I want it. I can't whinge about that. I have a couple of buckets here that I got from a reject shop. These guys, good enough to store what I want to store. All I do is just store my grains in there. I'll seal them in the bag and then pop them in here to keep them a little bit, not airtight, but it keeps them fresher at least. So I have it ready for next time. Okay, I finished my boil and I'm about to put flavour hops in. This is 100 grams of Brewer's Gold and Cascade hops. So give it some aroma, bit of smell. Should taste nice. Well, I've got about 24 litres of wort at the moment in my little fermenter. I'm now about to do a gravity check to see how much sugar's in it, and we'll go from there. So what do we got? Alright, I think we've got around about 62, 10,062, maybe 6. See how we go with that, eh?